Hi, guys. I was live just a second ago, but I didn't see any students signing on. So I hope that everybody can see this. Um, Welcome to this IELTS Live edition. And we are going to talk about vocabulary today for speaking part 3 and writing task 2. So before we get to that, while we wait for the rest of the students to find us, yay, I see that there are students here. Welcome. I think I made a mistake when I started this the first time, so I had to redo it. So welcome, you guys. Go ahead and say hello. Hello, Molly, Hadil, Oria, hello. Guys, let's start today. First, I want to check. Can everybody see me and hear me? Please type yes if everything is going okay. All right. Just say, yes, I can see you and hear you. Everything is great. Hello, Srinivas, Sarjeet. Welcome. Anna, welcome. Raya says clearly. Hadil says yes. Poonam from India. Oh, fantastic. Okay. So the next question I have for you guys is, what is your target score? Let's start by motivating ourselves. Let's remind ourselves why we are here today. Why are you here today? What score do you want to get on IELTS? Go ahead and post your target score in the comment section, guys, and I will read some of them out. Tell us your target scores. Let's get motivated to learn. Guys, staying motivated is so important to studying IELTS because you know what? If you're not motivated, studying is useless. Like you are wasting your time trying to learn. Because if you're not motivated, you're not going to remember what you're learning. So let's get motivated, you guys. All right. Ooh, I see so many scores. I see lots of 8777. So I see that a lot of you want to go to Canada, right? That express entry. Pushpak says 8, Wakadar 7 on speaking, Farouk 7 or higher, 7.5, Priya 877. Okay, awesome, guys. So stay until the end of this lesson. It's only 30 minutes, you guys. I'm only here for 30 minutes. So let me tell you what we're going to do. At the end of the lesson, I am going to give you information on how exactly you could get those scores, okay? And guys, I made such a cool bonus for you guys. Okay, it's all about vocab, and I'll tell you about that at the end. So stay until the end today. All right, so let's get to it. First, I prepared some vocabulary that I want to teach you, some high-level vocab for speaking part 3 and writing task 2. So we're going to talk about that vocab, and then I will open the floor, and you guys can ask me some IELTS questions, okay? So let's get to the vocabulary. All right, so let's talk about some formal idioms. Okay, this one is great. Of their own accord. So remember to take notes today, you guys. So of their own accord, it describes an action somebody takes by themselves with no assistance, okay? So this is fantastic for writing task 2 and speaking part 3. I like to use it when I'm talking about education because I think people educating themselves, right, is so important, all right? So for example, we could say, students, IELTS students, should seek education of their own accord. It means that you guys are finding the IELTS resources you need, the skills you need on your own, okay, of their own accord. So you guys are here of your own accord. Nobody made you show up today, right? So that is an awesome phrase, you guys. Write that one down. Okay, another one, which is fantastic, is behind the times. So we use this idiom, behind the times, to describe something that is old-fashioned. Okay, that phrase, old-fashioned, that is way overused. That is not interesting, you guys. Stop saying old-fashioned. Instead, use this idiom, behind the times. I'm sure you guys have come across IELTS websites and IELTS advice that is behind the times. It's like not even true for today's tests, okay? That's a huge advantage of 3 Keys IELTS. our course because we can update it at any point, and we do. According to whatever IELTS changes, we add that to our course. So our course is definitely not behind the times. Okay, I'm going to teach you a couple more, and then I'm going to ask you guys to try and use today's vocabulary, okay? And I will read out some of your example sentences. Okay, so this next one is a great linking phrase, coupled with. Okay, I see a lot of students, especially in writing, using both, but using that word wrong, using that word incorrectly for grammar. All right, so make sure you're using that correctly. So this phrase, coupled with, this is when we want to consider two things. All right, let me give you an example that you could use in your essays. All right. I took a lot of notes today, so I'm glancing down at my example sentence. Okay, so this technology trend, comma, coupled with the fact that all millennials are on their phones means blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I joined two trends there, technology and the fact that people are on their phones, and I say coupled with, and then those two things, I can introduce my solution or the effect of something. So coupled with, guys, that is a fantastic phrase. And you know what? I never see students using that, all right? So remember, guys, one of the keys to getting a 7 or higher for vocabulary in both speaking and writing is to not sound like other students. All right. So the vocabulary that you get in 3 Keys IELTS does just that. It is easy to use and it is all geared towards that 7 or higher. Okay. I have one more word for you guys, and then I'm going to open the floor to questions. All right, so this is, oh my gosh, I love this word so much. Bastion, B-A-S-T-I-O-N, bastion. I guess some people say bastion, but I say bastion. So a bastion of something is a person, a place, or an organization that has high values, high morals. Okay, so for example, I would say Portland is a bastion of health conscious individuals, right? So it means that Portland as a place has health as a priority. Okay, so you could say like my country is a bastion for open-mindedness. That means that your country it values open-mindedness above other things. So that is such a good word, you guys. That's not even band score 7. That's like band score 8 and 9, totally. Okay, so I'm going to tell you at the end, guys, stay until the end, because I'm going to tell you how you could get even more amazing vocabulary just like this. I made a super special lesson just for you wonderful YouTube subscribers and fans. So stay until the end, you guys. More vocabulary talk in a minute. So let's see some of your example sentences, okay? So first of all, behind the times. Let's use that in a sentence, guys. Go ahead and type in the comment box. Tell me your sentence. What do you think is behind the times? I want you to try and use this to describe something in your city, your country, or your culture. All right. I could say for my country that our healthcare system is behind the times. Not healthcare itself, the insurance system. I'll say our insurance system is definitely behind the times. So guys, it's really important to try and use these phrases to make sentences that you would actually use on IELTS, okay? So in speaking part 3, well, all over the speaking test, but we're talking about speaking part 3 today. So in speaking part 3, you are asked a lot to reflect on things from your environment and your background. There are always questions on the speaking exam about your country and culture. And it's important to practice talking about this stuff in English, because I think when we study English, it's often like from other countries, like you're studying stuff like newspapers and whatnot from America, from England, okay? But you're not going to be asked about America and England probably on the test, right? So when we use these phrases, try and use them to describe your own situation because that's what you're going to be asked about on IELTS. Okay, so let's see some sentences about behind the times. Let's see. So Carolina says, the traffic in my city is behind the times. Can you believe that the capital doesn't have a train? Okay, that's awesome. We could improve that even more. We could say the infrastructure, the transportation infrastructure is behind the times because your city doesn't even have a train. Okay, that's a perfect example, Carolina. That's great. Coreda says, when do you think that the expression behind the times will become old-fashioned? Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's a really good question. I don't know if you're asking that seriously or sarcastically, but it is a good question. Not anytime soon is the answer. Guys, you can definitely use this on the exam. It's not going to become cliche or boring anytime soon. All right. Let's see. So Raya says our educational system is behind the times. Okay. And when you say something is behind the times, remember to give a detail about it as well. Okay. Guys, remember to stay until the end. We only have 15 more minutes. So stay until the end because I have a very, very exciting extra lesson to tell you about. Okay. So I'll tell you about that in about 10 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Farouk says our transportation system coupled with technology are behind the times. Oh, nice one. You're using both of them. Okay, that was really good. Okay, guys, let's try and use a bastion now. So remember we say a place or a person or an organization is a bastion of something, like my church is a bastion of whatever. My neighborhood is a bastion of high family values, for example, okay? So think about where you live. Think about your city. What is the priority, a positive priority in your city? We could use bastion to describe something negative, but let's not do that. So think about your culture, your city, your country. What are you proud of? What is a positive priority that is still found in your culture or country? Let's see. So Sircon says, so behind the times means something became old fashioned. Yes, behind the times, it's exactly the same as old fashioned. Okay. So guys, this is another point that I want to make. When you are choosing vocabulary to learn, make sure that it is fulfilling that 7 or higher. Make sure that it is still interesting. So for example, some idioms are not interesting anymore. Some idioms are cliche and overused, right? If this idiom is used by like every other student on the exam, that's not a 7 or higher. Right? That's a 6. So remember, guys, a 6 is when you sound like other students. Okay. So definitely do not do that. Our speaking strategies, knowing stuff like this, what the examiner wants from you. What is a 7 or higher? So we tell you these things in 3 keys, exactly what the examiner wants. So these strategies have helped students like Natalia, who got an overall 8. And you know what? She had taken the exam, I think, 3 times before she got in our system. She got into 3 Keys IELTS. She got her overall 8. Okay. So 3 Keys IELTS, you guys, we guarantee that we know what we're talking about and that our strategies will give you an increase in your score. We guarantee your increase. If you follow everything in our study plan, you guys, yes, we guarantee that you will see an increase in your IELTS scores. Okay. All right. So let's see. Farouk says traditional management is considered to be behind the times. Yeah, that's interesting. I think a lot of things we could describe as traditional would also be behind the times, right? So that's an interesting thing to think about and reflect on. That's good. Zansaya says, my city is a bastion of caring older people for free of charge. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, so let's reword that a little bit. So my city is a bastion for elderly care at Gratis elderly care. Oh, that is such a good phrase. Okay, awesome. That's really good. So Malika says, what does bastion mean? Okay, so bastion, again, so bastion just means this place shows a high value for a priority. So what is a very positive trend you see in this place? Okay, so Portland is a bastion for healthy people, for open-minded people, for nerds. Nerds love Portland. It's also a bastion for awesome food. Okay, so what is one common positive thing you can see in your city or your culture? Okay, I think that's a better explanation. Okay, let's see. Haley J says the cramming method of teaching in my home country is to some extent behind the times. Yeah, for sure. Cramming, guys, no. And cramming doesn't work for IELTS too. You can't decide you're going to prepare for IELTS a week before the exam. Okay. So, okay, it is fantastic that you guys are here. This shows me that you guys are ready to prepare for IELTS in the right way, okay? That's why you chose to spend your time with me today and spend your time watching my videos, okay? But you know what you can't do? You can't wait until a week before your exam or 2 weeks before your exam and start to learn all the strategies, right? Like, okay, so what I do on this channel, it's fantastic for vocabulary, for little sneak peeks of tips that might help you here and there. But if you are looking for a complete system that is guaranteed to increase your IELTS scores, that's what 3 Keys IELTS is for. We have modules for every part of the IELTS exam, as well as an anti-anxiety module, because we know that being nervous, getting over your nerves, that's a testing skill, okay? So that's why we have a whole module to combat that anxiety even before your exam. Okay. So let's go ahead and open the floor to IELTS questions, you guys. What IELTS questions do you have that have come up in your preparation? Let's see. So Nahian says, I'm struggling with my listening and reading. Okay, so for listening and reading, everything in IELTS is a balance, right? A balance of good English and testing skills. So what our study plan does in 3 Keys IELTS is we give you that balance. So we help you improve your overall English every day by showing you the exact resources that you need to use and what you need to do to improve that vocabulary, to increase your listening comprehension. You have to start understanding and challenging yourself with native speaker English in podcasts, in newspapers. So we tell you exactly what to do for that. But guys, that's not enough because even native speakers do not get 9s on reading, okay? However, our 3 Keys students do get 9s on reading, okay? So that's the other half. You need to know the strategies. You have to learn the listening strategies for the exam. How do you do multiple choice, for example? How do you approach these diagrams? So those strategies are necessary. But then for reading, guys, reading is all about the strategies. I would say listening is half-half, like having a good comprehension for sure, and strategies. Those are equal to scoring well on listening. For reading, comprehension, yes, strategies are up here. Like reading strategies are so necessary, you guys. You cannot finish the reading exam without having those strategies. I mean, our reading strategies, they just helped our student Paloma get an 8. They helped Layer get an 8.5. And our speaking strategies also helped him get an 8.5 on speaking. And sorry, he got a 9 on listening and reading. All right. Natalia got an 8 on reading. Leticia, she got an 8 on writing. And these are just some of our students that have scored so highly on the exam. So guys, you need strategies. Okay, let's get back to your question. Let's see. So Zansaya says, going to the local learning centers, instead of learning online with 3 Keys IELTS is behind the times. Yeah. I love it, Zansaya. Thank you. Yeah. most language centers, their curriculums are pretty old and behind the times for sure. So Nahayan says, how do I get an 8+ in listening? So exactly what I just said. You need to be challenging yourself with native speaker podcasts. Okay. You can use transcripts at first, but you need those native speaker podcasts, and you need to have the strategies, the testing skills and strategies. Abdul says, I got a 7 in listening, 6 in speaking, 5.5 in reading, and 5 in writing. Abdul, man, yeah. So 3 Keys IELTS, we guarantee that score will increase. Okay. If you follow our study plan. So we have a 30-day study plan and a 60-day study plan. Okay. They tell you exactly what you need to do every day to improve your IELTS scores. Because I know there are thousands of IELTS websites and videos and forums. Guys, how do you know who to trust? How do you know which advice you should be following? Some of these websites contradict each other. And you know what? Some of this stuff is not even written by an IELTS professional like me. Okay. So they don't even know what the examiner is looking for, especially in speaking and writing. You guys, you cannot trust anybody that does not know IELTS intimately like I do. All right. So guys, let me tell you about the very special offer I have for you. If you get into 3 Keys IELTS, if you register to become a 3 Keys student today in the next 3 hours, I prepared a special bonus lesson just for you guys, only for you guys in this YouTube live. Okay. This bonus lesson, I made a video lesson and a guide, a whole PDF guide for you with idioms, 5 impressive idioms and phrases for opinions in writing task 2. Because you know what, you guys, just like I said before, the vocabulary that you learn, you want to make sure it is vocabulary you can definitely use on the writing and speaking. It can't be too specific because you don't know if you're going to get that topic, that very specific topic you're preparing for. So you want to learn vocabulary that you could use everywhere, right? So that's why one of the bonuses in 3 Keys IELTS is 10 academic words and phrases that you can use in every task 2 essay. You only need those words, really. Okay. So guys, if you get into 3 Keys IELTS in the next 3 hours, I'm going to give you the link in a second. I have a special link just for you and no one else. Don't tell anybody this link, you guys. It's just for you. Okay. So if you sign up for 3 Keys IELTS in the next 3 hours, remember, you get that bonus lesson that is not in the course, okay? Idioms for task 2 about opinions. And these are, you guys, they're so good. I had so much fun making this lesson. And these are not just band score 7 idioms. These are band score 8 and 9 phrases, okay? They're amazing. So you get that video lesson and that guide that nobody else gets. All right. So this is amazing. So right now, you guys, go to allearsenglish.com/vocabulary. So I'm going to put that link here, allearsenglish.com/vocabulary. So go to that link right now, you guys. Don't wait. Go to that link right now and get into 3 Keys IELTS. Remember, we guarantee that if you follow our study plan, there's a 30-day study plan and a 60-day study plan, you will see an increase in your IELTS scores. If you don't, we give you your money back for the course and we pay for your exam. This is how confident we are in our system because we've seen that it works. Thousands of students have come through 3 Keys IELTS and gotten the scores they need. Just like, okay, I mentioned Laird earlier. I'm going back to him because he chose to study with us before he took the exam, like at all. He had never taken it. He studied 3 Keys IELTS. Again, let me tell you his scores. The first time he took the exam because of 3 Keys IELTS, he got a 9 in listening, a 9 in reading, 8.5 in speaking, 7.5 in writing. These scores are amazing, you guys. This is what 3 Keys IELTS students do. So go to allearsenglish.com/vocabulary. Get into the course today in the next 3 hours, and you will also get that special bonus that I made just for my YouTube students, okay? Because I appreciate you guys so much. You guys leave the best comments and ask me great questions for me to make more videos about. So I really appreciate you guys. And that's why I made this special lesson just for you. Okay, let's go to the questions. We have a couple more minutes here. Let's see. Abdul says, what about magazines for improving reading skills? Yes, magazines are fantastic. Magazines, newspapers, novels, anything you're reading improves reading skills. Okay, let's see here. Here's a good question. What English level do I need? Let's see. What English level do I need to take your course? So our course is for an intermediate level or higher. Intermediate level or higher, and you are ready for 3 Keys IELTS, you guys. Someone says the link isn't working. Let me double check that. allearsenglish.com/vocabulary. I'm going to test this out for you guys, and then I will get to a couple more questions. Well, my computer is loading slowly. I just tested it this morning and it was working though. So I'll test that again in a minute. Tell me if anybody else is having trouble with that link, you guys. Let's see. How many hours a day do I have to study IELTS? Okay. So in 3 Keys, we recommend at least 2 hours a day, but it really is, and it's not every day, you guys, because we know that you do need a day off when you're studying. So our study plan is about 2 hours a day, but it also depends on how much time you are putting into these activities on the study plan, right? I mean, you could read one short newspaper article for 10 minutes, or you could read 5 newspaper articles and take an hour. Okay. So we do recommend at least 2 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. That's what it's structured for on the study plan. But a lot of it also is the time that you choose to put into your preparation. Okay. Let's see. So the link is working for me. Let me type that in again. So allearsenglish.com/vocabulary, you guys. Check out that link. And I just checked it and it is working. So I'm going to copy actually the whole link in here just in case. Okay. So there's the whole long link instead of the shortcut. Okay. So remember, guys, this bonus lesson goes away in the next 3 hours. And I do see some students here that are already in 3 Keys. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you want that bonus, please email Lindsay, okay? And she will work something out for you, okay? So email Lindsay if you're already in the course but are still interested in this bonus. Okay, let's see here. So what is the difference between, let me see, what is the price difference between the 30-day and the 60-day plan? Okay, there's no difference, you guys. So when you get into 3 Keys IELTS today, you get 6 months access, 180 days access. That's a long time. So you can choose to do the 30-day plan, or you can choose to do the 60-day plan, okay? But you have access for longer than that, for 6 months. So guys, if you're not taking your test for another 3 months or 4 months, that's fine. You can still start to use the study plans, okay? You can still start to learn the IELTS strategies with us and explore our resources and our bonuses and all that extra practice material. So it doesn't matter if your test is next month or 5 months from now, 6 months from now, you could still get into 3 Keys today. So even if your test is a while from now, you guys, remember this bonus offer with the extra vocabulary lesson, it's only available for the next 3 hours. So even if you're not going to take your test for a while, you should still get in today, you guys. Okay, let's see. One more. So Wanderson says, now the link works. Oh, fantastic. That's wonderful, guys. So that is all the time we have. I'm only doing this for half an hour on YouTube Live, but you guys, today was so amazing. And you guys asked such great questions that I am sure I will do this again in a couple months. So stay tuned. All right, you guys, if you have any questions about how to get in the course, or if something is not working, send me an email, jessica@allearsenglish.com. allschool.com. I will check my email again throughout the next 10, 15 minutes. So any problems, send me an email, you guys. But remember, get in now and we guarantee that your IELTS score will increase. So go to allearsenglish.com/vocabulary. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope you wrote down today's amazing vocabulary words from the beginning of this session. They will get you a higher score. All right, you guys, enjoy the rest of your day and happy studies. I'll see you in 3 Keys IELTS. Bye, guys.